Imagine a world where the king of the savannah walks into a land of ice. A place where the ground is no longer warm and dry, but frozen and silent. Where every step sinks into snow and every breath turns into mist. Lions are known for ruling the African plains. They live under the burning sun, surrounded by tall grass, heat waves, and the constant movement of prey. But what would happen if a lion suddenly had to survive in winter? Not just a cold day, not just a light snowfall, but a world covered in snow for months. Blizzards, frozen rivers, temperatures far below zero. Could the most iconic predator of the savannah survive in such a place, or would winter defeat even the strongest hunter? To understand this, we must first understand the lion itself. Lions are perfectly built for warm climates. Their short fur helps release heat. Their bodies are powerful, but not insulated for extreme cold. Their hunting style relies on speed, teamwork, and open landscapes. Everything about them is shaped by the savannah. They live in prides, working together to hunt. They stalk prey across dry land. They rest under the sun to conserve energy. Warmth is part of their survival. But snow changes everything. In a snowy world, the ground becomes heavy and unstable. Movement slows down. Every step costs energy. Running becomes difficult. Hunting becomes unpredictable. And the cold is relentless. Cold attacks the body in ways heat never could. Muscles tighten. Breathing becomes sharper. Energy drains faster. A lion entering a frozen landscape would immediately feel the difference. Its paws, built for dry earth, would sink into snow. Its fur, designed for heat, would struggle to trap warmth. Every decision would become a matter of survival. Where to walk, where to rest, when to hunt. Even finding shelter would become a challenge. In the savannah, lions rest under trees or in tall grass. In the snow, there is nowhere to hide from the wind. Open land becomes dangerous. The environment itself becomes an enemy. And then comes the question of food. In Africa, prey is everywhere. Herds of zebras, antelopes, and buffalo moving across plains. In snowy regions, animals behave differently. Many migrate, some hibernate, others move cautiously, always alert. Prey becomes scarce. A lion cannot afford to fail a hunt, because in winter, failure means starvation. The physical toll of the cold is the lion's first true test. In the savannah, a lion can go days without a kill because its body is in a state of energy conservation. But in the sub-zero tundra, the lion's metabolism enters a thermal debt. It must burn fat and muscle just to keep its internal organs from freezing. Think about the paws. A male lion can weigh over 400 pounds. In the savannah, those paws provide traction on hard-packed earth. But snow is a fluid. Because the lion lacks the wide, fur-covered paws of a lynx or a snowshoe hare, it suffers from high point pressure. It sinks. To walk a single mile in waist-deep snow, a lion burns as much energy as it would in a high-speed chase across the Serengeti. Within hours, the king is exhausted. Then there is the mane. In Africa, a thick, dark mane is a sign of health and dominance. In the ice, it becomes a liability. Moisture from the lion's breath and the falling snow gets trapped in the hair, freezing into heavy icicles. This ice pulls at the skin, siphons away body heat, and makes stealth impossible. The very symbol of the lion's royalty becomes a frozen anchor. The lion's heart, built for short, explosive bursts of power, is not designed for the long-distance trekking required in the north. To find food, a predator in the snow might need to travel 20 miles a day. The lion is a sprinter in a world that demands a marathon runner. This is where the biological divide becomes a wall. Without the ability to conserve heat, the lion's muscles begin to cold shorten, losing the elasticity needed for that famous lethal pounce. This experiment, A Lion in the Cold, is not actually a new story. History tells us that once lions did rule the frost. During the Pleistocene epoch, the Eurasian cave lion was the true master of the North. They were massive, nearly 20% larger than the lions we know today. These ancient lions survived by changing. They didn't have the heavy manes of their southern cousins, which allowed them to move through snowy brush without snagging or freezing. They had thicker, denser coats that trapped a layer of air against their skin, creating a biological thermos. But our modern lion has lost these traits over thousands of years of evolution in the sun. To put a modern lion in the snow is to ask it to remember a past it has long forgotten. It would have to face the current masters of the cold, the wolf and the Siberian tiger. The Siberian tiger is perhaps the most perfect comparison. It is a cat of similar size and power, but it is built for the vertical forest and the deep snow. The tiger has a layer of fat on its belly that acts as an insulator when it lies down. It has a coat that changes color and thickness with the seasons.
A lion entering this territory is not just a stranger, it is an amateur in a professional's world. It would have to compete for the same deer and elk, but against a rival that is invisible in the trees and silent in the snow.
If the lion is to survive, it must stop being a lion of the sun. This is where the story shifts from a struggle to a transformation. Adaptation is the only way out of the cold. Over generations, the survivors would change. The golden coat, which stands out like a beacon against the white, would begin to fade. Nature would favor those with lighter, creamier fur, allowing them to disappear into the blizzards. The king of the snow would become a pale shadow. The social structure of the pride would also be tested. In the savannah, 20 lions can share a single buffalo, but in the frozen north, kills are smaller and further apart. The pride might break into smaller, more mobile units, pairs or solitary hunters. The loud, booming roar that carries for 5 miles across the plains would become a liability, giving away the lion's position to competitors like wolf packs. The lion would become a creature of silence. The paws would widen over thousands of years, developing more fur between the toes to create a natural snowshoe. The ears would grow smaller to prevent frostbite and heat loss. The tail used for balance in the grass would grow thicker with fur to be wrapped around the nose and face during sleep, protecting the airways from the biting wind. This is the price of survival. The loss of the image we know. The lion would become something entirely new, a creature of the frost, a predator that respects the silence of the winter. In the end, nature does not reward strength alone. It rewards the ability to bend without breaking. A lion in the snow is at first a tragic figure, a king without a kingdom, struggling against an element it does not understand. But the story of life is a story of persistence. If we return to that landscape 10,000 years later, we might see a magnificent sight. A cat with the heart of a lion, but the soul of the north. Its breath no longer turns to mist in surprise, but exhales with the steady rhythm of an animal that is home. It stands atop a frozen ridge, its pale fur ruffled by a wind that would have killed its ancestors. It looks down upon a world of ice, not as an intruder, but as its ruler. Its eyes, once amber like the desert, are now a piercing cold gold, capable of spotting movement through a wall of falling snow. The savannah is a memory buried deep in its DNA, but the snow is its reality. It has adapted. It has evolved. It has proven that the title of king is not tied to a specific patch of land or a certain temperature. It is a title earned by the predator that refuses to vanish. The Lion of Winter is the ultimate testament to the power of life. From the burning sands to the frozen peaks, the hunt continues. The environment changes, the rules shift, and the challenges grow. But the king remains. Because in the end, survival belongs to those who evolve.